Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is Monday, August 15th, and the moon is in Aries. The moon slipped into Aries yesterday. It was a interesting, intense day yesterday with the sun making an opposition to Saturn and Mars making a trine to Pluto. Today, that intensity continues. Of course, the moon in Aries is always brings its own sense of intensity. Aries is an initiatory moon, and it is a Mars-ruled moon. We still have Mars in Taurus at this time. Mars in Taurus can be very stubborn, very in a more negative sense, base and cruel. And this is not true of people who have Mars in Taurus. I'm not calling you base and cruel, but the energy of Taurus is very basic. It's the second sign of the zodiac, so it's like fighting somebody with clubs. You know, it's not swords. It's not a. It's a fight of brute strength, actually. And so we'll feel this energy of brute strength sort of wanting to rise up, if not already rising up. I mean, we can't deny the fact that there are people out there who are just at the end of their tether for whatever reason and just want to, like, smash heads or, I don't know, shoot people with nail guns. Anyway, Mars, the moon in Aries makes a conjunction to Jupiter in Aries. That's actually happening right now as we're doing this video. Jupiter always exaggerates and expands, and the moon in Aries can be a very helpful moon in that it initiates things and it gives us courage to do things. But we can also kind of, with the moon in Aries, depending on the person, right? Depending on their level of evolution, on their level of education, on their level of understanding of their own self and what drives them. A lot of people, blame everybody else for their problems. And so when they're in a position of like, rah, they don't like go do that in front of the mirror and say, rah, why am I so angry? What is the deep reason for this? They're just like, I'm going to bang some heads. Take names. And what did that guy Mo Brooks take names and something or other? I don't know, that kind of stuff. We're seeing an expression of the wounded masculine energy, not necessarily wounded men, but the energy, which we will also see, but the energy of the rights to hit somebody or, get into their space, or just because they're there, you want to like beat them, like you have the right to do that. That aggressive force that, unfortunately, excuse me, still have a little congestion, mostly as a frog in my throat this morning. We need to find better ways to take care of the men in our society and deal with the anger that they feel. This is true of white men who want to hurt people because they're not white. It's true of black men who are incarcerated. Some of the greatest black warriors are in jail because they don't have a way to express their warrior nature. Society doesn't give them space for that. And I think we need to claim our warrior nature and use it for good. I mean, become spiritual warriors. if you're holding these people back, whether it be through prison bars or bad economies, or just feeding on their frustration, we're not going to get anywhere, right? We're not going to get anywhere. Mars is about ready to move into Gemini at the end of this week, and it's going to be there for 7 months. Mars in Gemini is a different thing than Mars in Taurus, right? Mars in Gemini can be a war of words, or a discussion, or back and forth, or it might be a little headache worthy, but it's different than this Taurus energy. We do have Mercury in Virgo making a trine to the north node of the moon, and it's going to be making a trine to Uranus, and then I believe a trine to well, maybe not Mars yet this week, but certainly to Uranus. That's tomorrow. So Mercury in Virgo is a problem solver. So we have an ability to solve the problems we find ourselves in. We just have to apply ourselves, but we also have to stay safe. So I'm sort of calling this the week that the dam broke, right? So the fearful leader has been, well, found out, should I say that? We've known it, like, very almost from the beginning. Ask almost any woman who's not connected to a MAGA guy. Almost. And they'll tell you what they saw. And, we've been screaming it over the hilltops for, I don't know, 6 years now. Oh, thank God the feminine is rising. The intuitive side, right? The other thing that's happening today is that the sun is making a sesquiquadrate to Jupiter. I don't talk about the sesquiquadrates very much. I'm not sure I can even spell it. Actually, I can, but that was like a joke. But anytime Jupiter and the sun get together, there can be an exaggeration. And sesquiquadrates are energies that humble us. And so it can also be an energy where we can sort of go off on misinformation and take actions, Aries, Jupiter and Aries, on actions that come from a total place of misinformation. So that being said, stay safe out there, guys. Be careful. Watch your environment. There are people out there who work for law enforcement. They're as in much danger as just the regular guy who looks a little different and maybe wears a turban on his head and is walking down the street. Nobody really can not be aware and take care at this time, because the forces that are out there are not, they're not really based on any kind of logic. It's sort of pure that was like my caveman imitation. So anyway, I should have went into drama. Oh boy, it was bad enough when I told my mother I wanted to be an artist. She's like, you're never going to make any money. You got to become a doctor. So I became a doctor who does a little art. Oh my God. But an actor. Oh. So hopefully I cheered you up a little bit with my funnies today. I have a little video of a bunny. I'll put that up. It'll be a little short. He was standing at the front door this morning eating grass, and I waited there until he had a good stomach full, and then I went into my office. But just be careful out there, guys. The tide has changed, and I hate to use this analogy, but for those of you who know, when a woman gets a restraining order against a guy, or right before she's going to divorce him, or she takes him to court, this is when it's most dangerous. So you really need to keep your eyes open. It's not like the people who are there to keep us safe aren't aware of what's happening. It's not going to come to them as a shock. So you just don't want to necessarily get caught in the crossfire, I guess is what I want to say, without scaring you guys, because life is a beautiful thing and a wonderful thing to live. And we can have a wonderful day. None of that could happen, right? But the chances of something happening like that are a little higher than thenormal at this time. So just be careful. That's all I want to really say. And this is an exciting time. There's a lot of good energy coming this week. There's a lot of things opening up, and the dam is breaking. Just watch for the flash floods and the like. And take care, everyone. Stay in the light. Shine your light. We're going to get to the other side of this. And, there'll be a time when we're sitting on the porch, on the rocking chair, and we'll say, remember when? And we'll be, yeah, that was crazy times. And then we'll go on to living the good life that we have. Life is a gift, not a burden. Have a wonderful day. Love you guys. Namaste.